This is Story Recapped. Today I'm going to show a drama, science fiction, and thriller film called Level 16. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. On the 10th level of a building, young girls live in a dormitory-like establishment. Before bedtime, they line up in a hallway to take turns applying face cream in front of a surveillance camera. There's a time limit for each girl, which monitors their movements and also makes them disciplined. One of the girls, Sophia, drops her cream and has difficulty finding it because of her nearsightedness. Vivian helps her, although it is time for her to clean her face. Because of this, Vivian outruns her time to clean her face and the alarm above the sink goes off. The other girls immediately face the wall and silently wait for the guards to drag Vivian away. Sophia feels guilt since Vivian did it to help her, but she has no control over the situation. After several years, the girls are now teenagers who still follow the boarding school's strict protocols. The school's headmistress, Miss Brixel, congratulates the girls for advancing to level 16, the school's final year. However, they are separated as the sections involve different groups of students every year. Vivian, Ava, and Rita are assigned to Rose Hall, where the room and beds are bigger. In her new assigned room, Vivian reunites with Sophia, which shocks her. Since the sink incident, Sophia and Vivian have been apart. Vivian immediately asserts her dominance in the room as she is the top girl on level 16. When Sophia approaches her, Vivian ignores her as if she forgot how close they used to be. The following day, Miss Brixel gives the girls white dresses as a congratulatory gift for advancing to level 16. She informs them that they could also wear it to bed, which makes all of them excited. However, Sophia is seemingly concerned about their safety, so she warns Vivian not to take the vitamins. Vivian brushes her off, but she eventually decides to follow Sophia's advice and spits the pill out. That night, everyone is fast asleep, which confuses Vivian, who stays up to log the days. Sophia reveals that the vitamins are sleeping pills and adds that Vivian should pretend to sleep if the guards pick her up. Not long after, Vivian is one of the chosen girls, so she pretends to be in a deep sleep while a guard picks her up. The guards bring Vivian and Olivia to a furnished lounge where one of the men caresses her before leaving. Vivian tries to wake Olivia, but to no avail. Moments later, Miss Brixel accompanies an elderly couple to the lounge as they examine the girls. The couple chooses which girl to buy and picks Olivia. The guard carries Vivian back to the bedroom and brings Rita to the lounge. In the room, Sophia quickly runs to Vivian to make sure she's okay. With so much confusion, Vivian realizes that the elderly couple or sponsors want to buy them, not adopt them. Sophia says they should run away and escape, but Vivian objects as they do not have a concrete plan. They hear footsteps approaching once again, so they pretend to sleep, but Sophia gets taken away by the guard. Despite the cameras, Vivian manages to sneak out of the bedroom at night, but is unable to unlock any of the doors without a keycard. She also hears Miss Brixel talk to a higher executive named Alex to report on the progress of their operations. Before anyone could see her, Vivian runs back to the bedroom where Sophia's returned not long after. The next day, Vivian and Sophia talk to each other about what they could possibly do, but their choices are limited to none. Later, they meet with Dr. Miro, who checks on their health. He informs Vivian that there is a flu outbreak in the building and they should have vaccines. That night, the girls are allowed to watch a black and white movie that they have seen numerous times. Some even memorize the actors' lines, but it is the closest they could get to having fun. Sophia and Vivian continuously discuss the school's scheme and its dark intentions. They formulate a plan and agree that they should steal one of the keycards. Vivian returns to Dr. Miro's clinic to open a casual conversation with him. She informs him that they watch the same film repeatedly and requests to have a new one. Carried away, Dr. Miro tells Vivian that she should not tell anyone about their friendship as Miss Brixel would disapprove. During their free time, a girl named Veronica becomes sick and vomits. Vivian helps her while the rest of the girls theorize that Veronica's illness might infect them. The vaccine has seemingly caused red rashes around her right arm, and when the others check, they have it too. While expressing her concerns, Sophia informs Vivian that the guard with a limp enters the bedroom alone at night and takes advantage of the girls while they're sedated. Before Vivian could react, the alarm goes off, which signals the end of their free time. In their lecture room, the television glitches and switches to another film. It puts a smile on Vivian's face as she knows Dr. Miro is the one responsible for it. During another visit to the clinic, she thanks the doctor for his kindness. However, Vivian expresses her frustration towards the institution, but the doctor reminds her to be disciplined. He injects a sedative on her, claiming that it will help her calm down, but it only makes her feel docile. Vivian becomes phased and is in a state of a blur, so she informs Sophia that her head feels heavy. When Sophia proposes their escape plan, Vivian starts raising her voice, which other girls find suspicious. Ava reports Vivian to Miss Brixel and informs her that she's exhibiting unclean behavior. Later that day, Miss Brixel gathers all the girls in a room and grabs Vivian out. She brings her to a secluded part of the building to lock Vivian inside a small and dark cage. Vivian spends the night reflecting on her life and situation, but all she can do is bask in her sadness. At nightfall, the limping guard enters the room and approaches one of the girls' beds. He tries to take advantage of a sedated girl, but Sophia tries to stop him. She manages to leave the room, but the guard catches up on her. While pinned to the ground, she grabs an iron and hits the guard on the head, allowing her to get the keycard. Before Sophia could unlock Vivian from the cage, the alarm goes off, so she runs off. The following morning, Miss Brixel takes Vivian into the lecture room with the other girls to confront them. She informs them that Sophia took something valuable, but she's kept it somewhere else. Upon failing to search for the item from Sophia, the institution takes her away. Dr. Miro orders the guard to take Veronica downstairs to be punished without any reason. He adds that Veronica will continue to suffer for days until the keycard is safely returned. After the meeting, Miss Brixel lets the girls take more medication as she claims that their health needs to be closely monitored. While fighting her sleepiness, Vivian finds the keycard in Sophia's headboard and sighs in relief. However, the institution has changed access to the keycards, which disables Vivian from using them. Instead, she uses the card to unscrew the door and completely unhinge it. Vivian escapes and causes distant noises along the hallway. From her office, Miss Brixel notices the noise, so she prepares an injection to protect herself if the worst comes to the worst. Vivian reveals herself to the headmistress and kindly asks where Sophia is. To her disappointment, Miss Brixel only threatens her, so Vivian resorts to violence. She hits Miss Brixel with a lamp and injects a sedative into her, which renders her unconscious. Eager to rescue her best friend, Vivian takes a glimpse of the moon before making her way downstairs, where misbehaved girls are punished. An eerie sight of dungeons in poor conditions welcomes her downstairs, which has been their greatest fear ever since. She finally finds Sophia's cell, where the poor girl is lying down, restrained. Vivian immediately sets her free from the restraints and comforts her. They explore a dingy operating room and find several body bags lying in beds. They see a tag that has Rita's name, but both of them are unable to read. With limited knowledge, Vivian tries to piece the sounds of the letters together, and they realize that it's Rita's name. They uncover the bag and find Rita, their missing classmate, with her skin completely removed. Sophia screams in horror while Vivian is left speechless about what they saw. Vivian and Sophia are about to escape the institution through a door on a higher floor when Sophia insists on saving the other girls. They argue on their next course of action as Vivian wants to escape at that instant, but Sophia is insistent on helping the others. Both of them reach an agreement. Vivian waits by the door while Sophia tries to get as many girls as she can with them. With her gathered courage, Sophia makes her way to another hall and interrupts a lecture of one class. She pretends that Miss Brixel sent her and that they should gather up. While waiting, Vivian decides to find out what the institution really is, so she makes her way to a room for authorized personnel. She almost gets caught by one of the staff members, but she manages to hide in a dark room. Vivian turns on the television out of curiosity and is in horror of what she finds out. They're raised in a sterile facility without sunlight instead of a school for girls. It's a business for wealthy sponsors who wish to have the skin of young girls transplanted onto them. The rejuvenation clinic offers to make them appear more youthful by killing the young girls for their skin. Meanwhile, Sophia struggles to convince the other girls of the school's true purpose. All of them doubt her until Vivian barges into the room dragging a bleeding and weak Miss Brixel to force her to tell the girls the truth. Vivian calls the institution a farm and compares themselves to animals that are skinned. While Miss Brixel explains that it's too late for her to help them, the girls realize that she has undergone the very surgery that killed young girls. They find a trace of the surgery behind her neck and look at her in horror and disbelief. Sophia and Vivian lock her in the dark box and make her reflect on her mistakes. They bring the girls up to the exit door and out onto the street, where guards pursue them. The rest of the girls run to safety while a guard captures Sophia. Vivian helps her fight off the guard and she successfully pushes him to the edge of the building. On the other hand, Sophia gains a stab wound, but both of them manage to reunite with the other girls. Unfortunately, more guards come into the scene and attempt to capture them. They scatter around the very unfamiliar area in fear when Dr. Miro appears out of nowhere. While hiding in the shed, Vivian comes face to face with the doctor, who begs her to turn themselves in. He confesses that all girls were sold as babies by their original parents, and they should consider themselves lucky. As an act of defiance, Vivian smiles at Dr. Miro before cutting her face with a scalpel so that he cannot profit from her. Dr. Miro cries in anguish upon realizing his fate. 2 guards take him away to meet with the operations mastermind before getting shot for losing control over the clinic. The following day, women police officers retrieve the girls and take them to safety. For the very first time, Vivian and Sophia feel sunlight touching their skin and are relieved to be safe. They hold each other's hands and rekindle their friendship as they venture into a better life.
Subscribe to watch more videos like this. Turn on notifications. And leave a like, it really helps the channel out. Thank you for watching.